So today I'm making a very basic plant feed, simple water in a container with plant material. Now you can use pretty much any plant material, any weeds. You can even use grass clippings for like a nitrogen feed. Anything really. You can even do species specific. So let's say you wanted to make a feed for carrots. You could make a water-based water and carrot tops, leave it to rot into the water and use that specifically for carrots. You could do it with any vegetables really, sort of species specific. Use the chopped up veg to make a feed for that veg. I don't tend to do that. I tend to just do sort of a broad spectrum sort of feed. So early on in the season I make nettle feed. Again, I've done my nettle fermented plant juice, which I did a video on. Those are more time consuming, take a little bit more planning, a bit more effort. Still fairly simple, but just not as simple as this. This is the most sort of basic thing that you can do. So today I'm doing one made with Comfrey. It's actually the second bin that I've got going. I've got another one over by the polytunnel. I just want to get one going here as well. So Comfrey is sort of higher in potassium, and is great for things like tomatoes, courgettes, anything that's flowering, anything that's fruiting. It's great for that. So I'm also going to use today something I haven't used before, but I read is quite good. So I get on the holding, I get a lot of wild horseradish. So horseradish is a similar sort of thing to Comfrey. It's what they call a dynamic accumulator. So they both have a very long taproot. I think it can be like 6 or 8 feet long. It goes right down into the ground and draws up all those sort of minerals that are deep down that a lot of other plants can't get to. So when you let the foliage rot in the water, you're obviously releasing all those sort of minerals, making it very sort of bioavailable to the plants that you're watering it onto. When I've made it, I always do a dilution rate. I have a little 1 litre jug and I do 1 litre to 10 litres is what I use it. Now what you can do is once you've let it sit for about a month, you can just filter it out, filter all the lumps out, put that on your compost and just be left with your liquid. You can filter it as fine as you want to go. I don't bother with that. I just like to keep it really simple. So what I do is I fill the bin up, top it up with water, put a lid on it, leave it for about a month, and then I'll start using it. As it goes down, I'll just top it up with a bit of water and even put a few fresh leaves in the top as well, and just keep adding to it, add a few leaves, add a bit of water, keep it full, and just use it all season long. And then once you're into winter and you're not really using it, then I'll dump it out onto the compost and start again in the spring. So anyway, basically, real quick video. I've been out, I've cut some Comfrey. So this is all fairly fresh Comfrey. I've got a lot all around the holding, but I've got a certain patch that I probably harvest, I should think 4 or 5 times a year. So it's all fresh leaves, not too much. You always get the stalks on the leaves, but not too much of the thick sort of flower stems. I don't bother ripping it up. A lot of people say tear it all up as small as you can get it, but it's just a lot more work really. You don't need to do that. It all turns into a sludge in a matter of just a few weeks, so I really don't bother. So we've got that much Comfrey in the bin. I haven't forced it down yet. The other bin I've got, I literally stood on it and jumped on it and almost split the bin. But I usually just get in as much as I can. Try and just push it down and then just top it up with water. There you go. So that's not quite a bin full, but it's fine. I'll get it going and I can always add to it at a later date. So just top it up with water. So this will take a few cans. So I won't do it all now because it'll be a bit boring. But basically just top that with water until you've just covered the leaves, and then get something, a block, a brick, a bit of wire cut to fit with a brick on top, just to hold the leaves under the water so that it can all break down. And all I do on the other bin over there, I've got a bit of ply. This is an old lid. It's not actually for this bin. It's a bit too big, a bit loose, but that will just fit on there with a brick on top. And I'll leave that there. It's just slightly in the shade of these bins. The sun's up here. It'll get a little bit of sun on it, but you usually put them in the shade. and just leave it for about a month, and then you can start using it. Now it will stink, it really does stink. It's sort of, if you've ever driven past a sewage works, it smells like that. It smells like sewage. It really does reek. So don't put it like under your kitchen window or anything like that. Put it at the bottom of the garden. Put it away from anywhere where it's going to cause offence. But yeah, use this. I'll use it at a ratio 1 to 10, and just use it on anything that's flowering and fruiting. And obviously, if you make a nettle one, that can be used on anything with lots of leafy green growth. But there you go. It's a real simple feed. You can make it on any scale: dustbins, buckets. You know, you could even cut the top off an IBC like this and do 1,000 litres of it. If you've got the plant material, you can make as much as you want. It's real simple, real quick, and real easy. So give it a go, guys. Take it easy, and we'll see you next time.